Hello. So we just got watching The Lion King 2019 remake version.
Remake, yeah, we did.
Yes. Okay. We have some. Well, I have some opinions on the movie. You go first, because
Okay,
I have some opinions.
I have some opinions too. Nothing is ever going to compare it to the original. I'm just going to come right out and say that.
Yeah. Nothing. Nothing in there.
So I'm going to try and not compare this one to the original. It's its own movie. I didn't like it. Well, I didn't like it as much as I. Okay, let me rephrase that. It had so much potential. It had such an amazing director. It had such an amazing cast, such an amazing composer. It was cast by Sarah Haley Finn.
That woman can never go
That
wrong.
woman can never go wrong with anything. And yet it still fell short. And it's not that my expectations were high. My expectations, if anything, were at an all-time low.
You know, because look, there's chairs. Look, see the chairs.
Just, can we do that?
Yes. Okay. Let's jump.
So the movie had all the potential to be a 10 out of 10 movie, but it just fell short. They tried to be edgy with things that were not supposed to be edgy. They tried to be funny with things that weren't supposed to be funny. I mean, the sequence for "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," of course, is really hard to replicate in real life, but they fell really short with it. What was the point? Be prepared. I did not like the be prepared sequence at all because it's supposed to be a turning point for Scar, and he's like, you know what, we're gonna go through with this. We're gonna
fucking kill the king.
We're gonna kill the king. But it's just like a speech, like, okay, you want to come? It's like
it's like, hey, we're gonna kill the king.
We're gonna kill the king. RSVP if you want to kill the king.
And we're getting McDonald's.
So it really frustrates me because visually it's really pretty. I really like the lions, not their lack of emotion, but hey, what are you gonna do with lions? I'm not going to go into the Tumblr dissertation about that. It really frustrates me that it did not live up to its own hype. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I cannot give it a 6 out of 10 and anything higher because the cast was amazing. It was a really good cast. It was a really good director. It was a really good casting director. It was Hans Zimmer composing the music. It was a Jon Favreau film. And it's very disappointing. I don't know why all of these elements couldn't make a really bomb-ass movie. I'm circling, so I'm going to give this over to Ryan so he can keep going.
Okay. I have some opinions. Let's preface by saying, if you're going to watch this movie, I would say don't save your money. I would say buy it on Blu-ray, but I don't want to endorse Disney any more than they already endorse themselves. So, okay, let's begin, of course, with my 3 criteria, as always, with badassery, sex, and feels. Badassery, yes, just like the original movie, there's quite some badass moments. And the badass fights during The Lions is incredible, very fun, very entertaining. It's really cool. Sass, not enough amount of sass. This movie's kind of bland in the sass department. Feels, yes, feels. 'Twas sad moments. We all know what happens. We all know Mufasa dies. It felt horrible, but not as horrible as when you were first a small child and watching Simba go like, Dad, wake up. I can also cry now. Okay. Let's try this. Now let me pick this movie apart. First, let's talk the cast. Incredible cast. Donald Glover. Donald Glover. Beyonce. They got James Earl Jones back. Chiwetel Ejiofor. I have no idea how to say his name. I will say I did not like Timon. I forget who does his voice. Seth Rogen was okay as Puma, but Nathan Lane as Timon was pretty great. So was Rowan Atkinson as Zazu. I didn't like that as much. It annoys me that they got Keegan-Michael Key and I forget who the other was.
They didn't get
for the hyena.
But they didn't get Jordan Peele.
And we didn't get Whoopi Goldberg back as Shenzi. I would have loved Whoopi Goldberg back as Shenzi. She was incredible.
I think they tried to make her more like edgy, dark, and
Like they didn't have to. Now, visually the movie looks incredible. The lines look really pretty, very realistic, but this is something that I hate, and I also hated it in Aladdin. If go full fantasy or go no fantasy, if you're gonna make them look that real and have them obey real physics, then don't make them talk, don't make them have the storyline, or go full fantasy, make everything happen, make everything that can't happen in real life happen because this is a movie, a CG generated movie. They could do anything they wanted.
Oh, but the Circle of Life sequence, amazing.
Circle of Life was very nice. That hits you with the sunrise. Oh, there's a lion. That's literally what that song says.
There is a lion.
So, let's review, shall we? Movie looks great, very pretty, but pretty is not enough. Chew. Movies I have to go. Movies remakes like this, redos, rehashes, reimaginings, have to go full fantasy or no fantasy. 3, good cast, great cast. 4, the sequences of the songs, they have no emotion.
They fall short. Yeah.
They fall short. I just can't wait to be king would have been so cool. Be prepared, like yes, we all know the Third Reich themes and the thing. They could just scrap those like Third Reich visuals. It just made it a cool song. And the last thing, like it's okay. It's not great. Don't watch it. Save your money. Watch the original on, torrent it. Search index of whatever movie you want to watch, and
we're gonna
there.
get sued.
If someone sues me, I have nothing to lose. So they're not gonna gain anything of it. I think this movie a 5 out of 10.
Very low
5
score.
out of 10.
Very low score.
Like there's very little emotion. Like I have to say, there's not a lot of emotion when the characters are talking. It's more like they're just talking, they're just saying their lines. But it looks nice. It looks nice. There's some pretty cool moments.
It's like an edgy
But
documentary.
the way the changes didn't hinder. The changes did worse for it than make it better. So 5 out of 10. You gave it a 6.
A 6 out of 10, which is a very low score.
Okay, so I guess that's it for this video. Until the next movie, which
Maybe it's it. Maybe it's
possibly it. I would say Chucky, but I kind of don't want to watch that movie.
so I think it'll be
That's
it.
for now. So bye.